Hello everyone, this is the Mining Geologist and I'm back again with another very exciting and very informative tutorial. Now, this tutorial is going to be really quick and it is actually because a lot of you have been asking this question, asking me and also asking Google because I've seen a lot of people actually struggling to figure out how to do this in QGIS, especially people who are used to CAD softwares and working with dimensions and annotations is really easy in these CAD softwares like AutoCAD or other mining packages, for example. But maybe in ArcGIS too, but in QGIS, surprisingly, there's no built-in tools to do what we are going to do today. And I know that some of you know some third-party plugins that you can install and do these CAD things inside QGIS. Like I found this plugin called I believe Q add like CAD with Q, and there's this one that's called dimensioning, and they might be able to solve your problem. But and also in probably in the recent versions of QGIS, there might be some built-in tools that allow you to do what we are going to do today. But the main reason of showing you what I'm going to show you today is not just the annotations, because I know that some of you will figure out some other ways to use this method. So what are we going to do today exactly? So before we dive into that, make sure to hit that subscribe button and make sure to like this video, so that's for the YouTube algorithm, so I will be able to reach out to more people who are interested in these topics: mining engineering, geoscience in general, and geology. So let's say that we have this waste dump in here, and let's say that we have these ramps or roads or whatever the thing is, and that we want to add some annotations with the dimensions, maybe the width or the length of these. And to do that, usually what I see people does is they click on this measure tool and they just measure this one, and then this is basically temporary and they cannot save that, and it's not viewed the right way in QGIS. So here is what you can actually do. So we are going to create a new temporary scratch layer, or you can create a shapefile layer if you want. So we are going to make this as lines, and let's call this annotations, and click on OK. So basically we have lines in here, and then the next thing we are going to do is I'm going to select this one and change it from simple line to a row. And we want this to be actually not a single one, but actually double. You can see that we have double rows in there. And let's make the color black, because I like black. And let's go and change this all to black. And I go to the labels, and since we don't have any attributes, let's go and add an attribute here. And let me go to attribute table, and here comes the trick. So I'm gonna go to the field calculator, and you can see that we have an option here to create a virtual field. So if I go and create a new field in here in the field calculator, the expression that I'm going to apply here is going to be applied only to the features that already exist in that shapefile layer. But if I create a virtual field, it means that for every feature, for every new feature that I'm going to create, the same expression is going to be applied to these new features. And this is exactly what we want. So because we want some sort of an interactive annotation, so whenever we digitize something, the annotation is going to be there. So that's exactly what we want. I'm going to call this length. And basically length is going to be an integer in most of the cases, and or maybe a number, so it's not text, but we need to change this to a text. I'll let you know in a moment. And it's up to you if you want to choose an integer, but if you want to do the exact same thing that I'm doing here, make sure to choose text to work for you. So basically, in order to calculate the length of a feature, there is an expression called, you need to make sure that you have the dollar mark and type in length. And you can see with this expression only, it's going to calculate the length of the line that you're going to digitize. Okay, so if you click on OK in here, so every time you digitize a feature, or let's say a segment or a line, the calculator here is going to calculate the length of that line, and it's going to apply that to this length attribute, and you're going to have that value automatically. But in most of the cases, what we want is we want to include the unit, and if you just type in the length in here, it's going to be like a whole number. It's going to be like 5.657. It's going to give you like the exact number, and that's something that we don't want. So in order to change this to just an integer, like let's say 100, 150, and so on, we need to use this expression, which is 2ent. So let's add a dash in there. So we are going to change the length that's going to be calculated from that feature, and that's going to be, inside this expression 2ent. So it's going to take everything that's decimal and give us like the integer out of that. And now what we need to display also is the unit. Let's say we have like 100 meters, so it's going to be 100 m, and we cannot actually combine a number with the text, so we need to change the whole thing, the whole expression. We need to put this inside another expression, which is toString. So we're changing the whole thing that we've created in here to string, which means toEtext. And now we can add another text, which is going to be this. So anything between these two things in here is going to be text. So we're added a space. So for example, 100 is going to be here plus space and then m. So it's going to be 100 meters. And this is the trick. So since this is all is text, if I'm going to change this to decimal or whole number, we're not going to get any values, and the values are all going to be null, since these are text and the type of the field is actually integer. So we need to make sure that it is a text. And now let's click on OK. And you can see that we have length in there. Let me close this. And now as the label, we are going to choose to label with the length, and I want this to be online, and I want it to be bold, and I want to add a buffer, and let's just leave everything by default. And now let's go and see how this looks like. Now if I go and digitize something here and click on OK, sorry for that because I've digitized multiple points, so let me go attributes and let me go and remove this one. Okay, let me go and digitize again. So let's say that I want this, and click on OK, and you can see that's 75 meters. If I go to here, right click and click on OK, that's 138 meters. And if I go to here, right click and click on OK, and you can see that's 88 meters. So you can see that we're building these interactively, and we can do the same with, let's say, with areas. So we can do and apply an area. So whenever we digitize a polygon, we're going to get the area automatically without going to this tool and doing this over and over. Let's say you can turn on the snap there, click here, right click and click on OK, and you can see that's the width of this road is like 42 meters. So this is the method that I use most of the time, and without relying on any third party like plugin in Qgis. If this is something that would work for you for any kind of things that you think about, let me know in the comments below. And if this video was helpful for you, if you want to see more like these videos, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button, because this is what this channel is all about. And make sure to check the description below, because I always have things to suggest in there. And see you in another video.